Welcome to Proven and Probable. Today we're going to highlight Riverside Resources, which is having a banner year this year. We're also going to address how COVID-19 is impacting the mining and exploration industry. And finally, we will discuss the new normal. Before we begin, as always, I would appreciate if you click the subscribe button and click the bell. Now, on to today's interview. Joining us for a conversation is the CEO of Riverside Resources, Dr. John-Mark Staude. Welcome to the show, sir.
Great to be on the show, Maurice.
John-Mark, this looks to be a banner year for Riverside Resources, as you've just, it seems like successive interviews is just one win after another. And I'd like to begin today's discussion with the big feather in your cap, and that is the spin-out of Capitan Mining. Give us the details on that, sir.
Yeah, with the new normal for us, being able to get Capitan Mining out is huge. The details are for every 4 shares of Riverside, you get 1 share of Capitan. And now Capitan going public at 20 cents. We have a $7 million market cap. Very good situation. We're very looking forward to the drilling and exploration that Capitan's going to do. And for us as Riverside shareholders, retaining a royalty, and also for us as shareholders, owning shares of Capitan is a real win for us.
Speaking of the new normal, the big elephant in the room is COVID. And I wanted to find out from you, how is COVID impacting the property bank for Riverside and its partners?
It's so amazing. I think one of the key things we didn't appreciate was the ability to operate locally. So many exploration companies and so much large corporations had done it through long distance travel, having a home base and then traveling to the countries where we work. For us, the new normal, being locally based, has helped Riverside. We have programs going with BHP where we're able to use people from the local community, our geologists from the local state, and our offices right in the middle. The other thing that's really impacted is our confidence already using technology. We'd already been using Skype and Zoom and these different tools before this happened, and we've been using shared technology as a business. And so for us, the impact has been positive. We have the guys on the ground and the ability to operate 4 major companies where they now can use us as their eyes and ears and boots on the ground.
Expanding the narrative, how do you see mineral exploration and mining in general evolving and adapting as COVID appears to be the new normal?
Yeah, I really find this is important. I think for us as an industry, first is we have to really work with local people. And secondly, we really have to appreciate the challenges with permitting now without people going to the offices and doing things remotely. So it's about relationships. I think the third thing for us is working with laboratories now. Now laboratories, we need to drop off the samples and really have confidence. I think the last thing is professionalism, really having those skilled people that know how to operate, because now as we work in communities, we have to do things very carefully. We have to make sure that we don't bring anything into the community that they don't want and that we leave a great legacy. Nothing bad. So I think right now the mineral exploration is very important and it's vital to adapt to these new normals. And so we're doing it, but I really see this will be a big impact for us for the next 6 months, year or 2 years.
Speaking of exploration and extraction, gold and silver are rising quickly during a global pandemic. Do you see production of the precious metals increasing to meet demand? And furthermore, can the demand be satisfied?
I just went out and bought silver and it was all out. I couldn't even get the physical silver. And projects, it's so difficult now. So I don't know if we can meet the demand. I really find that silver and gold are going up. The demand is strong and it's very difficult. In our mining operations around the world, it's more difficult to get everything done. The flow of people and the flow of goods is out. So it's very hard. So we're finding a real pinch in the industry, a pinch in the business. And I think for us getting new projects as well, it's going to be difficult. So for those companies that have those skills, it'll go well, but it's very difficult. And I think we've underappreciated some of those challenges now in the market.
Sorry for the interruption, folks, but I do want to remind you, everything we're covering today with Dr. John-Mark Staude, you can find in the description box below. And if you like our content, I would appreciate if you give us a thumbs up. Now, back to the interview. Speaking of some of those challenges, what are some of the hurdles that companies are going to have to overcome mining internationally?
It's just incredible. We don't really appreciate that we have such a global business and global skill set. So one of the key things is a lot of our qualified people are for the corporations are based maybe in a head office or a head country, and they can't get out to site. So if they can't get out to site, it's hard for them to qualify the projects. That's a big challenge. A second is the due diligence that people do in order to deploy their capital. People don't want to deploy their capital unless they've been out to site and seen the projects. And if they can't come out, it's very difficult. So it's hard to do that. I think the third for us that we've really found is that being able to do the work and get it back out, but to go back out in the field, if we have to spend time in quarantines before we can travel or when we travel back, is making for a lot of challenges for people to plan trips and be able to visit. So those things are really affecting, I think, the new normal and the future for mineral exploration under this COVID situation and COVID policies.
As we approach 2021, do you see the precious metals leading the charge and then the base metals?
I really do. It's so important, this precious metal boom that we're seeing right now in silver and gold. And I see it is leading the charge. I think the base metals also will follow. And it's so difficult right now with COVID to replace resources. It's so challenging in doing what we're doing. And so what we used to take as normal and easy is now much more difficult getting all the input. So I see that, the precious metals leading and the base metals coming behind that very quickly. Both of those really coming on in 2021.
Bringing it back to Riverside, how has Riverside positioned its shareholders for the new normal and to take advantage of the opportunity before us?
We've been running with this. It's so amazing. Early in March, we immediately tried to start adapting. And so some of the things we've done is we've hired new local people that knew what to do, and we've trained them up on all of our COVID policies. We've also gotten approvals with the government, with the health agencies to meet all the COVID type of different requirements we need. We've also gotten vehicles and other things so we can do social distancing. And then on the ground, we've gone out in the communities and we've begun to rent houses ourselves, to not use hotels and restaurants, but instead to do it locally so we can make sure that we don't impact the communities, but work with the communities. And we're having groups of people go out separately where we used to travel together, just trying to manage the social distancing that we can do in order to really deliver the program. I think the last thing is we're trying to keep in great contact with our partners, such as BHP and Hochschild Mining, some of these groups that can't come out to site, and giving them video footage, giving them drone footage, and definitely lots of photographs showing them what we're doing in the field on a daily and weekly basis, keeping them up to date so they know how their capital is being deployed for us as shareholders of Riverside to get that upside. So we're in a great position for it. It's really been a good move for us.
Exciting times. All right, sir. Last question. What did I forget to ask?
Maurice, it's great to be on this show, and I think what next is what are the next new normal videos that we're going to do? Because I think the new normal is here, and we really need to make sure we're communicating that to shareholders and to the industry in general. So we're looking forward to doing the next one with you as well.
Looking forward to it as well, sir. John-Mark, for someone listening and wants to get more information on Riverside Resources, please share the website address.
Please come and visit us at rivres.com.
Dr. Staude, always a pleasure to have you on the show, and wishing you and Riverside Resources the absolute best, sir. Riverside Resources is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and we are proud shareholders for the virtues conveyed in today's message. Riverside Resources trades on the TSX.V, symbol RRI, and on the OTCQB, symbol RVSDF. Before you make your next bullion purchase, make sure you call me. I'm a licensed representative for Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments, where we have several options to expand your precious metals portfolio, from physical delivery of gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium to offshore depositories and precious metal IRAs. Give me a call at 855-505-1900, or you may email maurice@milesfranklin.com. Finally, please subscribe to Proven and Probable for mining insights and bullion sales. Subscription is free.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.